Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd do something which I'm hoping people are going to find interesting and useful and beneficial, because that's, I love handbags, and that's my true love is handbags, and friends, family, pets, but them aside. When we're talking luxury goods, handbags are my one true love, have been for years, and I know whenever I'm buying a new bag, I usually, and when it goes right, do a lot of research beforehand, and sometimes I find there's questions that I want to know that aren't quite answered, that you don't always get the full story easily in store without, browsing and asking a lot of questions, and sometimes we don't always want to do that when we're luxury shopping. We want to go in, feel like we know what we're talking about, and make it a different experience. So hopefully this will be useful. As always, if anyone's got any questions, then do let me know, and if I can answer, then of course I will. So what I thought I would do today is a bit of a comparison and a bit of my thoughts around two bags. So talking Chanel, so the Chanel Classic Medium Large and the Chanel Medium Boy Bag. I'll tell you a little bit about my bag, the ones that I have themselves. I'll do some mod shots for you. I'll talk about dimensions, price. I've also got mine in two different leathers, so I'll talk to you about that. And then I'll also at the end I'll change camera position, do a sit down and try and show you what fits in each to give you a bit of an idea. So yeah, so let's start off. First off, I'm going to show you the bags. And the first difference, actually, we'll see how this goes. I need a bigger chair really, but anyway. Firstly, dust bags. So dust bags are different. So this is my Chanel Boy Bag, which just comes in a regular drawstring black Chanel dust bag. I'll show you the bag now. So there is my boy bag. Second is the classic flap, which comes with this dust bag. So you open it up, lovely picture of the lovely Gabrielle Chanel there, and there we have a very well stored, covered in felt, classic medium large flap. Right, let's take this off. I always say I look after my bags. You can see I genuinely do store them very carefully. She says drop in the felt and nearly wheeling over it with a wheelie chair. Right, so here is again my medium large classic flap. So I will show you side by side, and then I'll start getting on to the details. So we've already mentioned dust bags are different. I actually prefer the dust bag that comes with this bag. It's just nicer and softer, I think, and you've got that double layer. But nothing wrong with one that comes with the boy bag. So there they are, side by side. So you can see there's a bit of size difference, but if you were to compare a classic flap with a boy bag, not the small, the medium large classic to the medium boy is I think the closest match for those two together. And then I'll show you the other way, one on top of the other. There you can see there the length, and then the other side you can see the width. So I will tell you I was organised on my phone. So what I do have ready-ish to tell you about is the prices and the dimensions of both of these bags. So let's start off with some facts, and then we'll go back onto looking at the eye candy. So I took photos of the website. So this is from the official Chanel website, and I just took pictures, she says, to save me looking it up. So firstly, the Chanel Boy handbag. This retails at £3,750 in the medium size, compared to the medium large classic flap, which retails in the, like I say, there may be special editions, but the bog standard iconic classic one, like I've shown you mine, is £4,300. So you can see there's a difference of £550, if my maths is right, doing that quickly while swiping and talking. So the medium boy bag is cheaper. Now that's the prices from the Chanel website, brand new. Now, in terms of resale value, from my experience, which is like browsing, if you're going to buy pre-loved, then you've got a greater chance of getting a discount on the boy bag than you have the classic. You can get the classics a little bit cheaper, obviously depending on, you know, condition, but I think generally the boy bags don't hold their value so much. I bought both of mine new from Chanel and Harrods, but that was my experience from browsing. I was more likely to have bought a pre-loved boy than I was a classic flat. So I think if you like me, you like things new and perfect, then, you know, and I'm not against pre-loved at all, and I have bought pre-loved, and I'm considering doing it again. But I think as well with me wanting the lamb in the classic flap, there's caviar for the boy, wear and damage. If there's not much difference in the price, I'd rather pay that little extra and get it brand new and have the whole boutique experience, is what I'm saying. If there's a greater savings to be had, then I'm more likely to forsake that for the saving. So, measurements. So the Chanel boy bag, and for those of my overseas friends in the US, I've done this in centimetres and inches as well, so we've got metric and imperial. But in centimetres, hang on, too many bags, phone and whatnot. Right, so according to the website, the length of the bag here, and I did actually bring a tape measure, but you know that doesn't normally go well. So the length of the bag along here, so it is 25 centimetres or 9.8 inches. The height of the bag here is 15 centimetres or 5.9 inches, and the depth of the bag is 9 centimetres or 3.5 inches. Now, if any of that's wrong or doesn't add up, it's from the Chanel website, blame them, not me. So that's the sizing of the boy bag. Now the sizing of the medium large classic flap is 26 centimetres in length or 10.2 inches, 15 centimetres in height or 5.9 inches, and the depth is 6 centimetres or 2.4 inches. So you can see there is some difference, but not that much. So yeah, 15, 25. So the main difference really in terms of length is about 1 centimetre in length. The height and width are exactly the same, but then you've got the greater depth of the boy bag. Now obviously with the boy bag, with it having, with the construction of it with this, as you can see, this outer bit which is bigger than the rest of the bag, obviously some of that is going to account for the greater size, but doesn't give you any greater storage. So, I'll tell you a bit about mine. This is the medium large classic flap in the lambskin with the gold hardware, and my boy bag is grey caviar, put a bit of lipstick on there, grey caviar in this aged gold hardware. So that's first just between mine, but just to let you know, that's what they are. Now, initial impressions, both are absolutely stunning. I mean, I love this bag, I love the colour, I think the grey is gorgeous. But you know what I will say is, just in terms of me holding up and showing you on the camera just now, when I went like this, that's when my heart really went. I was like, oh wow, they're both beautiful bags. They're both very different, despite both being shoulder bag, flat bags. I think they're both very different, which is why I got them. I deliberately try and get things that are different in my collection as a whole, so that they get their way and they get their use. So this, I think, is a smarter bag. I think the boy bag is a little bit more casual. However, I think with this bag it's probably a bit more versatile in terms of styling, in that you can dress it up or dress it down. You could wear this with ripped jeans and a white t-shirt, or with an evening dress, and it's just as at home. This, I'm probably going to do more the casual to smart casual, but less likely to do this as an evening bag. Maybe with a nice summer dress, something like that, but I think this doesn't dress up as far as this does in this style and colour. I mean, for me that's fine, because I've got this one, and I've also got, you know, other bags for that purpose. So that's fine. So that is the difference in styling, price, size. The other thing I will show you is the actual design. So, first difference, on the back of the medium large flap you have this little moon shaped storage pocket. Now you can't put much in there. Typically I'd say you could kind of, if you're just doing it quickly and wouldn't want any security, just literally a quick whilst you're doing something, you could just shove your iPhone just like that, just for quick. I wouldn't store it in there because I wouldn't want to stretch the back pocket, and like I say, there's no security whatsoever from doing that, but you could do that. Normally I would just put like my travel card holder in the back of that, but you've got that if you just want to slip something small for easy access to. Whereas on the boy bag, it's a completely smooth back, there's no such difference. The other thing that I've already mentioned is the hardware. So if I show you close up, the boy bag is this more aged hardware, whereas the classic flap is a very shiny gold there. Now obviously the leathers are completely different, but this does of course come in caviar. I just chose the lamb because I love the richness of the black. So the other thing as well I'd say is, with this being in caviar and me dressing it down, I'm more likely to use this in the rain than I am the lamb. So that's the other thing to be wary of. Now in terms of how they open and close, the clasp is completely different. So on the boy bag you squeeze that together and then that opens, and then there's a little knob bit that just grips in there. See the mechanism. On the medium large bag you've got the classic CC turn clasp. So to open the bag you turn it like that and then it comes through. So there's nothing else gripping it, it's just turning that knob sideways to grip. You can see it makes that little noise as it is secure. So that's one difference. The other difference that you can see as well from the outside is the chain itself. So on the medium large we've got this intertwined leather and shiny gold hardware strap that's then got these 4 holes to allow you to have it as double strap or pull it and have it as single and longer. On the boy bag there are no such holes in the top of the bag. What we have instead, let me just get this out. There's so much stuffing and things in these. What we have instead is this strap here, which is all aged gold hardware on its own, and then grey caviar strap at the top. And again you can have this as double strap or as long, but instead of having the 4 holes on the top of the bag you've got these round hooks here. So put it straight, you can see that's how it goes there. Now this does move, there's nothing fixing it, and obviously you want to try and keep this strap in the right place so it's on your shoulder. In terms of comfort, I find this leather strap really, really comfortable. But then I've never found this one to be uncomfortable either. So they're kind of on a par that way. Obviously with this one you don't have to worry about getting it in the right position or not, and it stalls a bit easier by going in. When I store this one, I have to wrap this around the underneath. So that's that difference. Now in terms of the interior, when you open up the boy bag, it's just completely flat in the lid section. Then inside it's just lined in like a stiff sort of corduroy, like canvasy type thick cotton, and then on the inside all you've got is this one pocket there to put anything in. That's the only storage there is, it's just a big gap there. On the Chanel classic flap, I've already mentioned the back pocket. Once you open it up, I've got the classic double flap, so you've got more sections. That means you've got this zip section here, which quite frankly you can fit bugger all in, so I never use it. All it does is that zip makes a mark on here. Even with me storing it with felt there, obviously I'm not storing it with felt when I'm using it, so that happens. It happens in all of them. It's not a bag fault, it's a feature of the bag. Quite frankly, I could do without it. But anyway, so you have that. But it's classic, get that. And then you have this double flap. And then if I remove the stuffing, yes, then what you have is one pocket here, a main section, and then two further sections here, and the classic lipstick holder inside. This is all in this beautiful, it's showing up slightly brighter on camera than in real life, absolutely beautiful, something like that, burgundy leather interior. So that is what is different there. What I'll do now is I'll show you some mod shots of them on and different ways of wearing them so you can see what they're like on my frame, and then we'll move on to weight and what fits inside, because I'll be changing the camera angles for that. So let's do a try on. Let's see if I can wheel back without wheeling over anything. Right, we'll start with the medium large classic. So there it is on the long strap on my shoulder. Move the chair out of the way, might be a bit easier. Right, so there you can see it. Now I'm just in the slippers, so I'm in flats, and I'm 5'3", so not that tall, and kind of a size 6, I'd say. It's a size 34 Balmain blazer, if that helps anyone. So that is it there, long, and then you can have it as a shoulder bag as well. So obviously this is empty, but super, super light and easy to carry, and it is very nice to wear. Now, a lot of people said that you can't wear this crossbody. You can, but it's a little higher up, so I will show you. And it probably depends on your size as well. Like I say, being a bit of a shorty, as you can see there, that's fairly easy for me to wear. Crossbody might not be where everybody would want it. I actually find it really super convenient and easy, and when I was in Paris I wore it like this a lot, so I had the security from pickpocketers. It was right here in front of me, and it was nice and comfy. So you can have it like that. Obviously if you wanted to, you can switch it to the back a bit more. So that's that. Now, I'll show you, it's so pretty. I'll show you the boy bag. So again, this has moved slightly already. Right, so here's the boy bag. So there it is, long on the shoulder. Crossbody, so you can see this is meant to be worn crossbody, as where I wear it most frequently. I find it too long for me on the shoulder, on the long strap. But there it is crossbody, and again quite easy to get to. It's quite a nice height crossbody. And then if you want it as a shoulder bag, there it is. So if I do a direct comparison with the medium large, show you one on each shoulder. You can see there the strap on the boy bag is somewhat longer, and then if we do long, God. So if I have my hands there, you can then see the difference. So quite a bit longer. So I do wear the classic strap like this quite often. Actually, it's probably about the most I wear it, if I'm honest. If I'm not in Paris and worrying about pickpocketers. And then the boy bag there. So you can see strap length is quite a big difference. But other than that, look fairly similar size on. I'd say the boy bag probably looks slightly bigger and bulkier because of this extra chunkiness there, and that the weight's a bit more angled. Right, so that's it for mod shots. I'll show you what fits in. Bye! So I'm not quite sure how this angle's going to work out, but let's give it a go. It's more about the bags than me, so bear with. So let's start with the medium large, and I've got a few items here that I will try and show you how it fits in. So firstly, let's open her up and let's pop in. This is my classic medium pochette with a few items in. So I've got like hand cream, perfume, anti-bac gel, which you want when you're out and about, and a couple of lipsticks and a mascara. It's fairly full, but it's not stuffed, so that goes in, and you can see we're fairly full already. iPhone 10, could potentially put that in the little outdoor pocket bit there, so that's quite nice for easy access. And then I would have my trusty Tangle teaser. I'm trying to do this in order of items I really must have with me, so you can see that fits in there. So I've got hair and makeup and all sorts sorted, and my phone. Then small packet of Kleenex tissues. We can get that in there. And then Hermes Caviar card holder. Quite a few cards in actually, so that's in. Is the bag closing? Yes it is, but I would say not too easily. So if we take out the mini pochette, because that is quite bulky, I then might want to put in my Hermes PM agenda there. Calvi card holder next to it. Bastia coin purse in next to that. And then maybe my Louis Vuitton key clay with my keys in next to that. So you can see there, that goes in much easier and then closes. There's not a lot of room. What I will say is with the double flap, it does take up a lot of room. And I think with what you may even have with the caviar leather is even less forgiveness. So that's what goes in there. Trusty umbrella. Well, yeah, you can see there it's balancing on top, but do I like my chance of this closing? No, I don't even want to try. No, there's no point even trying. So that is that. So let's take these items out, and potentially if I took the phone out, potentially we could have done a bit more with the mini pochette in there. Let's just see. Mini pochette, Calvi card holder, which I've got probably a few too many cards in there, and then key clay. So you can see that goes in a bit easier. Nah, who needs coins? Is that going to shut? Yes, it is. There's a little bit of pressure there where the Tangle teaser and tissues are, but yes, that does close. And you can see, if I show you underneath, you can see there's that lifting. So it's probably a little bit too much in. So let's take all that out, and then let's just see how the boy bag gets on. Is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. I tend to not use either the lipstick holder and the other bit. I mean, you could perhaps use it if you wanted to get something easily. So if I wanted my keys in there, but you can see there, it just doesn't go in very easily. So there's a bit of wasted space in this bag, I would say, in my opinion. Right, I'm just going to pop the chain back in. Ready for the scale test. Right. So let's move on to the boy bag. It's quite light as well, but like I said, we'll do a weight test in a second for those of you that are interested. So let's pop the phone in the back pocket there. Let's pop in the mini pochette. Then we'll do the Tangle teaser, oops, and the tissues like we did in the medium flap, so along this side. And then we'll do Bastia coin purse, sorry, Calvi card holder, and then the key clay. So you can see that's in there, and that closes really easily, not much pressure on the bag at all. So let's try the umbrella as well. So it's just laying on top there. and then a bit of a push, but it does close because you've got this little tiny extra bit of room there and you haven't got that double flap getting in the way. So it's feeling a bit heavy now, but that does close, and you can also see, if you're looking for signs of strain, just across there, that's where you're going to see slight strain. So, but the umbrella did go in. If we took the umbrella out, you could potentially have a bit of a rejig, you know, smooth the tissues, you know, if they drop it's not the end of the world, move the tissues to the top, move the key clay over, pop the bastia, you know, turn the Calvi card holder the other way. Coin purse is also in, and the bag is shutting really easily, except I moved the tissues, but you know they'll just fit on top nicely there. So, or actually even down that way. So that is that, and a message on agenda looks lovely next to it. And is that going to go in? I mean, I haven't even got a pen with me, so there's probably not much point in carrying this around. I don't carry this around with me all the time. Generally, if I've got a slightly larger bag, so it's not an everyday essential. Just to bring it home to show. These are more my everyday essentials. So I would say overall, you can fit a lot more in and a lot more easily in the boy bag than the medium large. Also, for if it's going to be wet or rainy, this is a much better choice because, one, it's caviar, so it's not going to matter so much if it gets wet as opposed to the lamb, but two, you can fit your umbrella in. You can fit an umbrella in this, but then you're not going to have much else. Right, next is onto the weight test. Bear with me. Right, so here we have the scales. Let's turn them on. And medium large bag first is 59.1 grams. Yeah, doing this upside down was a great idea, Joe. And they both bags I've put their straps put inside. So then the boy bag, that is 73.1 grams. So this bag is heavier, but I'd say I don't necessarily really notice it when I'm carrying it. So, and a lot of that is probably down to, I think, the chain weight with the big leather bit of this, as opposed to the thinner, shorter chain of the medium large. So that's all I had to say about my comparison video of the Chanel Medium Large Classic with the medium boy bag. So I hope you found that useful and beneficial. If you did, then please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, let me know any comments, let me know any questions, and I'll see you soon. So goodbye and thanks for watching.